Welcome to my video on HIV, or Human Immunodeficiency Virus. So this is the virus that is responsible for AIDS, and you hear that a lot. So I would like to give you a clear understanding of how this virus actually infects our immune system's cells. So let's start with the anatomy of the virus itself. So this is it here. This is HIV. So it consists, like basically all other viruses, simply put, it consists of a protein shell, so it's spherical in this case, and some form of genetic material. So in this case of HIV, it's RNA, single-stranded RNA, versus double-stranded DNA in our cells. So that's what this right here is, DNA. That's what our cells use to store genetic information. And then the virus also contains these two enzymes, so these help catalyze some biochemical reactions. This one right here is reverse transcriptase. This is integrase, so we'll look at what those do later on when the virus infects the cell. Also, the virus has some molecules on the outside that fit into the receptors on this human cell, and that will trigger this cell to take in the virus. So let's go from there. So this has occurred, the human cell takes in the virus, and now the goal of the virus here now is basically to replicate itself or multiply. So it deposits its contents into the cell. So there's the RNA, there's the integrase, there's the reverse transcriptase. Now from here, the virus will use the immune cell's machinery to make more viruses. So it'll start by copying its genetic information. The reverse transcriptase will make a complementary DNA strand for each of these RNA strands, and then it will degrade each of these RNA strands, and it'll make another DNA strand. So now the virus has transformed its genetic information, its genome, from single-stranded RNA to double-stranded DNA. So now it has the same form, same molecules as the human cell. So then the integrase comes to play. The integrase comes in and makes cuts in the human DNA here and inserts this viral DNA in. So now it is part of our genome, so our genetic information. Now, the human cell, in order to make the proteins and enzymes it needs to carry out its biochemical functions, looks at this genetic information and first turns it into RNA, like so, single-stranded RNA, and then that RNA can be fed through this complex right here called the ribosome. It consists of proteins and RNA, and that makes the proteins. So when our genome has some viral information in it, it will then make these viral proteins, these viral enzymes right here, and it'll make many copies of these. Of course, this process produces many proteins and many RNAs. And it'll also, of course, have these RNAs floating around that were run through the ribosome. So it'll have these, and these single-stranded RNAs are, in essence, the viral genome. So this is the viral genetic information right here, derived from these. So those will be there. And also the viral shell, the capsid that encloses these viral contents, and these will assemble, and the virus will exit the cell. Of course, multiple viruses will exit the cell, and these will be combined into this. And as this process occurs, our immune system cell will break apart and die, because these the membrane will be split open. And so when this virus infects the human immune system on a large scale, many of these immune system cells will die and make us susceptible to other infections from bacteria or other viruses, and that is AIDS. So we will have a compromised immune system. Hopefully that gave you a more clear understanding of how HIV works, and I hope you enjoyed the video.